ever like sit in this position anymore. It's very hard on the pelvis and very hard on it's mostly the pelvis. So I honor that as we get older, things really do shift and change in our bodies, and some of it is that bone loss, which I'm still understanding, and I'm still understanding how do you get besides the exercise you can do. As far as diet goes, you have to get enough protein, and I'm almost a vegetarian, so it's hard to get it. And there's lots of forms of it, but the protein that is the best for you does come in the form of meat. So it's not the best for you necessarily. It's just that it has the most protein in it in a smaller dose. So my pelvis is feeling it, and my legs are feeling it. My knees feel it. So honor your parts of your body. I just honor it, and I go, okay, I live with it. I feel it. I accept it. So see if you are in that place where you're living with it, accepting it, being present with the things in your body that show themselves. And then with that breath, as we breathe gratitude through our heart, the key is gratitude. The key is always going back to, I'm grateful I have another breath. I'm grateful for this moment that I have a shelter, that it works for me. I'm grateful that I am not in a place where I have to be fearing for my life right now. And I say right now because it may happen one day, and it's good to have the skills of what do you do, build up these skills which we learn here. Have gratitude for the tiniest of things. Have gratitude for the largest of things. This world of that Jean Houston has taught me, she says, remember that you and all of life around function at a quantum level. That's really the truth of who we are. And then, she says to shift, to shift the way that you may think about yourself. That, what would you do today as this great good, a greater good, with an empowered self who aligned with the quantum field? What are you going to send out into the quantum field? Believe that, understand that. It's unseen. You can't see it. We're not trained to see it yet, but we will. Humans will get that lesson. Understand your role in this historic time. Your role might be to be a meditator. It might be simply to meditate, simply to bring peace inside yourself. And it might be that you are a leader of a choir. And it might be that you are meant to hold space for those and process and grieve for those who are passing. You have a role in this historic time. Many of you have different places that you volunteer time. That's part of your role. So those are some of her lessons. Those are her lessons of the quantum, of understanding our world, our new world, and how we fit in. And then the other lessons she has are that you have quantum powers. So we go the next step of understanding the quantum. So breathing gratitude through your heart. Find that gratitude, fill your heart. And I've been training you and hoping that you're also able to use your imagination, since the imagination has many sensory perceptions within it. And it is our window into the third eye, the part of the third eye, to the visioning gland, which is the pineal gland, which will help you vision and have a vision and know how to connect with the quantum field of our ancestors that haven't gone anywhere, because we're all just part of this quantum field. So the quantum field, the ancestors, spirit guides, power animals, ascended masters we talk about. These, you can not believe it, or you can embrace it and go, well, who am I attracted to? And that's a really interesting thing to do. Who am I attracted to? Or what am I attracted to? And again, I talk to a birch tree. I talk to the redwoods. They teach me so much. So it could be that you have a certain place on the planet. Talk to the ocean. Whatever it is. So I'm working on these quantum powers for my new projects. So breathe these into your life and see if you can relate to them as we go through this class. There's 5 of them, and as we go through the class, I'm going to express each one individually. What are your quantum powers? What does that mean? What does quantum field mean? If you haven't studied it or looked it up, or you can find it taught by physicists, you can find it taught by spiritual guides, mystics, you can find the modern day understanding of physics beyond Einstein, which has led us on a path of understanding even gravity, which has been the biggest mystery yet. So feel gravity in however you're settled. Notice where you've placed your hands. The hands are magic. All of the nerve endings, all of the meridian endings, all of the nadi endings are all in your hands, your feet, the roof of your mouth, and your ears. Kind of interesting. So breathe gratitude through the heart and fill your heart to overflowing. Know that you are light. Bring the fingertips together and the thumbs to the heart. We've been practicing this a long time because this is like just a symbol, and it's the nadis or the meridian endings in the fingertips that are empowering your light. And that light, we start with the rainbow because we understand the rainbow. We understand that part of the electromagnetic spectrum. That's the part that makes things visible for us as humans right now. Now, in the future of the human, maybe they'll see further into the electromagnetic spectrum. Maybe we'll end up seeing and feeling and understanding the auras that walk past us of each person's light, and how their light is either closed down or open, how their light is either dull or bright. Then bring your thumbs to your third eye and go to that imagination, inspiration, intuition, and integration, and know that within those 4 words, 4 concepts, are hundreds of other sensory perceptions that you can access, but it takes a little effort. It's part of your quantum powers. They're in there if you want to access your quantum powers. And even if you are in your 80s, you still have time to really access your quantum powers and still be the person that is now in this 21st century understanding of quantum physics. And as you go through this next aging, this next part of your graceful aging, shining your light to the very fullest. And then tap the top of your head, because we're now working with 12. And we're still understanding it. We're just at the beginning. Age of Aquarius, peace, love, and harmony, 1,000 years of that. And here we are, just in the beginning. And in the beginning, the old systems have to break down so the new systems can build up. And in the meantime, we can expand our consciousness to these upper chakras, the soul star, the universe star, the galactic star, and the divine matrix star chakra. Or also we are working with the divine, the solar divinity, the divine nature of the universe, the 12 solar chakras, and also aspects of divinity, 12 lost strands of DNA. They're all overlapping right now. And then bring your hands to your heart and just a little bit of a bow to yourself of honoring. And this mudra is a universal mudra. It's one that is very solidifying. If you press your hands together and you can feel that solidness of those hands together. Again, we're making a slight triangle even at the wrists, and we're pointing those fingers with their full power up towards our face. Keep the thumbs and the pinkies together, and then open up the fingers, and this is opening the light of your heart up to shine on your face. And there are, in every great book, there is some kind of one-liner that talks about shining the light of God onto your face. And so that God is, that word God, again, don't get stuck on the language. Expand it to mean whatever you want it to mean. For me, it goes way out there. It's all that is, and it's inside, outside, and all around me. And then take a deep breath in, release the arms and shake them out. So in this, the first lesson of quantum powers is come down to the floor. The first lesson in quantum powers is to expand time so you can do more in less time than ever before without adding stress. Okay. Take that one in. So in this next half hour, we're going to do more, and we're going to expand time with no stress. Drop the knees to side. And again, you're just sensing, just feeling what the body's doing. Noticing where you have the extrasensory perception of like an area of the body that has been overused or has a little injury or is just not, expressing itself as you would like to see. Or you've been working so hard on ascension that you have what's called ascension flu. Your body can't keep up with your expanding consciousness. Drop the knees to one side, turn the head to the other. Since it's been, for me, 5 days since I've actually done this kind of yoga, yoga comes in many forms. And just being in the redwoods and finding my way through the redwoods and lying down on the earth, and all that I did was all yoga in a different form. Yoga means union. It's union with body, mind, spirit. It's union with the earth. It's union with with your environment. Then knees to the other side, and you're just pausing, and you can make it vigorous and you can make it gentle. I'm going to go super gentle today. I'm not even going to teach the more vigorous because I need gentle so bad. So breathing and relaxing and just expanding time in this moment. There is really no time. It's a human construct. We just go by kind of the day and the light of the day and the light of the night. And our bodies naturally react to that. If we didn't have artificial light, we would certainly naturally react, and our body, mind, spirit would know what to do in the dark and know what to do in the light. And we would use light, we would use fires, we would use candles, whatever our tradition might have. So expanding time, you are timeless. There is no time. You are the quantum field. You are light. You are rainbow. You're sparkly. Then feet come in, and you pull the knees in and roll the ankles and point and flex the feet. Take a moment to honor the feet, honor the knees, honor the folding in of the body, honor this vehicle that holds our spirit. Then bring the head up to the knees and see how that works for you. Then head comes back down and roll the knees in a circle, massage the sacrum. Understand that confluence of the two legs that come in, the pelvis, and then the triangular sacrum that holds our sacred tail, that teaches us. And that sacrum is fused in a triangle, very strong, powerful triangle. The strength of the triangle in geometry is one of the best, one of the strongest. So roll into the other direction if you haven't. It's also the Kundalini. It's the snake. It's the transformational snake that sheds its skin. So you're waking it up. And today we're waking it up to start a new session. We took a break. At least some of us took a break. Then open the legs wide and feel the inner thighs and feel what happens here. So you feel the physical. Notice your shape, sounds and smells, and the feeling of air in the skin and how you come to this moment, because this moment is what you have. Now it's another moment. That's awfully quick. So there is no time. It's just moments unfolding. Then put the feet into the air, catch maybe down to the toes, and take in for a moment this happy baby, or use a strap. And you can rock the baby, rocking back and forth, the baby when they find their toes, and honor all those babies that were born and all those babies that have died. We honor the birth and the death of all of, our humanness. And the grieving process is part of our humanness, of our humanity. So we have a collective healing process and a collective grieving process and a personal one. Then pause in the center and just hold for a moment, feel what goes on here, and then let it go, shake it out, and just shake. Remember that your fascia, you're 85% water, 10% bacteria, and 5% the great mystery. Roll the ankles and the wrists. The power to expand time. The power to experience sustained fire to keep you operating at your highest energy level throughout even the most challenging days. The power to operate at your highest energy level. She calls it the sustained fire. Then hold for a moment, reach up, and then reach your head up and reach right hand to the left foot, left hand, and you can do knee to elbow, or you can just lift up here. We're just changing it up a bit just to get the abdominals a little bit activated to start our recharging for the next 4 weeks or so. And if you come 3 days a week, you're going to get a lot of the different postures and what we do here. And then hold one side. Again, hands behind your head if you need, knees bent if you need. You're just adapting it to you. Hold the other side. Then pull the knees in. Relax. Feet flat on the floor. Press into the feet and come up and down. Now, remember that if you want a restorative posture, you can take a cushion or a block, put it underneath, or anything to bring you into a very gentle back bend. And this can be really restorative. It can also be a great way, as you rock your knees side to side, it can be a great way to massage that the sacroiliac joint. So you're playing a little bit with that massaging. And there's a lot of things you can do from here. Today, I want to work on my glute strength, because as I was hiking, I realized I'm so grateful that I was been doing yoga and I've been doing this posture to strengthen the glutes, that is the back body core. And I could really feel them working for me. And I think it's because I'm doing it 3 times a week. And I'm doing this posture at least twice a week. And this one, you put it in motion. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up. I am in my full power. I have my energy to sustain me, to sustain that fire within me, to take me through the most challenging of times. And we are in challenging times. And there's not one mystic out there, not one teacher that isn't talking about how these are the shift of the ages, the great turning, and it's challenging times. We're turning things upside down. All the systems are changing. The workforce itself is changing. Inhale up, exhale down. Now you can go as slow as you want with as few repetitions as you want. You can just lift the buttocks up. You don't need to use your arms. So you can just lift up and down. Okay, the bridge represents grounding into the earth with your feet so you can do your work in the world. So you can hold that space for whatever you're supposed to do, for your special gift to give to the world. Then hold the posture. You can relax your arms above your head if it works for you. If it doesn't, just make them comfortable. And pulse the hips to the ceiling, and this will strengthen that whole area that helps carry you through the world. Now, remember, if this is not for you and your pelvis doesn't fit, it doesn't work out for your pelvis anymore to do this, then take a cushion or a block and just put it under there and hold. And just feel the tiny back bend that it makes, giving the third chakra, bringing it up, opening the second and third chakra, your fluidity and creativity, and birthing the new you every moment, and then your power and the quantum power of operating at your highest energy level, whatever it might be, even through the most challenging days. And then hold in stillness, come up onto your toes, feel the change, tiny little change to come up onto your toes. Then as you come down with consciousness, it's an inhale and then lower down vertebra by vertebra. Where do you come down with many vertebrae at one time? Where does it come down? A separate vertebra. Then lengthen out the legs and reach the arms over your head and stretch from the heels of the hands to the heels of the feet, and hold your breath. Another breath pattern, hold and hold. Stretch to one side, stretch to the other. You can do a little side stretching here. Oh, yeah. Oh, and exhale. Then either roll over to your side or bring yourself up and come onto your hands and knees. Again, just getting started again. So doing some really basic yoga postures to remind you that if you don't come to this call, that the 6 movements of the spine are so basic and necessary as every day if you can. The third quantum power is the power to partner with the energy of the universe. And that means connecting with yourself, understanding that you are so connected to more easily accomplish your goals and fulfill your dreams. So what do you need from the universe to accomplish your goals and fulfill your dreams? And I always think, for me, it's my vision. I say I'm a visionary. So I keep alive the vision of the new human and the new earth, and then what my part is on the planet to be that person. Then hold in one direction as though the light come out your back body. See yourself as an image and see the light, see the rainbow you're making. And then go to the other direction and again, see the rainbow you're making. What's happening to the light in this curve? And then if you're still with me with this and your knees are okay, if you're on a chair, you can do just cat-cow on the chair, on the edge of a chair. And you're just doing a spinal roll here on hands and knees. Don't forget to put something under your knees if the knees hurt, or if you're on a mat, just on a floor, or even on top of a rug. Sometimes it's really nice to have a couch cushion or a bed cushion. Change directions with that roll and move those vertebrae. Move the energy up and down your spine. And you're also a little bit of strengthening for the arms. And then for some of you, I know you love child's pose. So come back and you come back with knees together, or you widen your knees. You can't really see to the side here, but I'm widening my knees out. And you see, how far down do you want to go? You want to go on your elbows? You want to hold your head up, get a block or a cushion. Do you want to do just puppy stretch, which is coming forward, knees are parallel, and you're just coming forward. Maybe your head is on a block. So you're modifying, but each one of the modifications is why we have 640,000 postures. They're all slightly different postures, and different types of yoga, and there's hundreds of types of yoga out there that have evolved. So you're playing with it. Then you go, well, is it beneficial to me to be folded like this? Or is it beneficial to me to be walking out a little bit into puppy stretch? Or is it more beneficial to me to come up into upward dog and back and put it in motion? So you've got lots of choices here, and you're going to choose what is most beneficial for you in this moment. And here's another moment. What's great? What's beneficial? The power to expand and express your creativity without sacrificing your daily responsibilities. The power to expand and express your creativity without sacrificing your daily responsibilities. Now, part of your daily responsibilities is taking care of your body. And it's taking care of your body in all the ways that we do to go through a day. If you're joining me in the vinyasa flow, then just hold the posture for a moment. You come up to the upward dog. And I'm going to come up. We don't have a lot of time to do a lot today, but I'm going to come up hands and knees to downward dog because I need the stretch. Now you can put your hands on a table or a bed or a wall, and the idea is just stretch the backs of the legs. Feel the balance between the arms and the legs, and take a moment to honor this posture in any way that you do it. And you might not want to do it. You might want to just stay on the floor and do something different. Then down to the knees, and release the arms so you can come all the way down into all the way down into Sphinx. Point the toes if they would point. Press into the elbows, and then let the head come down. Feel the shoulder girdle. Press into the elbows and come up. The longer you stay here, the more you're going to strengthen those arms in a different way. Let's see. We've done the power to do more in less time than ever before. Power to operate at your highest energy level. The power to more easily accomplish your goals and fulfill your dreams by partnering with the universe. The power to expand and express your creativity without sacrificing your daily responsibilities. Now, this last one's pretty cool for me because I need to do this. So from here, feel this posture. Bring your head up and just look straight ahead for a moment. Partner with the universe through the belly button that's just above the floor. The power center and the second chakra. Creativity and power to bring your dreams, to make your dreams come true, whatever they are. And then lower yourself down and cerebral spinal fluid balancer as you press off from those toes. Now you can do this on the back body or the front body, whichever one is best for you. Staying close to the earth today and really merging with the understanding of I am the earth. The earth is in the universe. The universe has, billions of, probably trillions of galaxies. The galaxies have life and death and birth, and they knock up against each other. The stories of the world, of the universe, are pretty amazing at this point of what we know. And then come down and turn your head to one side. Just put the ear down if you can, and notice what your neck does. Take your hands, palms face up, and just feel your body breathing. Just breathe. What parts of the body touch the floor and what don't? Notice if you can tell the difference in size between one side of the body and the other side. This is usually a universal truth of our human bodies, a dominant side and a non-dominant side. And they're actually larger. The dominant side actually is larger. Then just notice if you can turn the head the other way and put your ear on the floor. You're testing out your neck. You're looking at, how does my neck work? And turn to the other side. I don't know if I can do this with my microphone, but I'll try. We'll see how it sounds later. Just breathe. So you're just feeling it, and you're just becoming aware of the body merging with the earth. Then come up on you somehow roll over. So find yourself rolling over. Do the cerebral spinal balancer on the back body. This kind of class is kind of a reset. Reset, get back into the body, get back into the meditation that yoga can be. Get back into the choices that you're making on the mat that actually translate off the mat as you surrender to the mat and what you choose. When you go out into the world, then you can be gentle with yourself when you know you need to. And you can choose a posture. Like you choose to go to the grocery store. Sometimes you don't choose that because it's too frenetic. And sometimes you do because you're ready for it. Or sometimes I'll go when there's less people. So I need the peace. And then pause that. Bring the right ankle over the left knee, and either thread the needle or whatever. Put your left foot up onto a block, or onto the wall or the edge of a couch, depending on how you're set up. If you have thread the needle going on, you can also use a strap between the legs, or sit on a chair and cross the ankle over. Lots of ways to do this. You're just doing a little understanding of what does my hip feel like? So if you can pull in and let go and pull in, or take that right knee and use the muscles of the leg to press out and then pull in with the left with the hands, so you're actually working a little bit of osteopathic muscle energy technique, MET, pressing that right knee away and release, pressing the right knee away and release it. It helps to release some of the pelvis muscles, hip flexors. Now, if you want a little tiny bit more strengthening, then lengthen out the left leg, lift the head, point and flex as you raise and lower that left leg. And you're just strengthening the quad and the core and your arms and your neck and your shoulders. But you don't have to do this. And then hold for a moment. And then head comes down. Lengthen out both sides. Shake it out. Then bring the left ankle over the right. And take the hands in behind that right leg. Here again, if you can take the muscles of your left leg and press away with them, you're like engaging those muscles and then releasing them, and you're pulling in with your hands. Or you might be folding over if you're on a chair, your ankle over the knee, and then you're just working on folding over on the chair and seeing how that works for you. And you're just exploring, being present in the moment, taking in and contemplating, your quantum powers and your connection with the quantum field and your connection with what's called the universe. And then how does this relate to life on Earth, of being in these bodies? You are the Earth. You are the universe. What does that mean? So here, lying on a yoga mat, what can you learn? Then if you want to do that little bit of engagement and lengthen out the right leg, point and flex, pull that left, hold on to the right hand on the left foot, left hand on the right knee. I mean, on the left knee. Wait a minute. Left hand, left knee. Right hand, left foot. Engage your abdominals, your shoulders, your arms, your neck. Everything is engaged. And then, let it all go. Pause for a moment in constructive rest or in Shavasana. Or do whatever you need to do. If you need to release something, or you need to put your legs up the wall, or for me, I need to put my legs up for a moment just to give me that upside down understanding of gravity. And let my legs be free, because I hold a lot of my tension in my legs. Not to mention the history that is there. And so this is both restorative yoga and relaxation. For me, it's very relaxing. It's helping. So you're choosing something that helps you. So this last one, which I didn't read, but I want to read it because I need to do this. I need to manifest some finances for my projects. The power to attract the money, people, and resources you need to move your projects forward and achieve success, the level of success you're striving for, whatever that means to you. And so you all know I've been working for my school. It's called the School Around Us. An appropriate name for all of our lives. The school of life is all around us all the time. And during this big shift, I need to raise some money. So I want to hold these understandings of my quantum powers to do that. So I ask you all who listen to this, or all who are on this call today, to hold a little space there for my school. It's called the School Around Us in Arundel, Maine, which is this little tiny town just up the road from Kennebunkport, Maine. And it is needing help to go through this shift of the ages, as it has made a huge transitional change. And it just represents all the other changes going on, the death and the life, the deathing process, the changing process, the systems changing, symptom breaking down, and all the building up, all the new birth. So birthing the new at every level of the earth, every level of our human bodies, every level of the collective, everything. It's all one big thing. And we just have the tiniest to the largest, all the same. That's quantum. And one person is often, one person believing in themselves can change the world. And we know many of those one people, those one persons that have shown us the way. Bringing my feet down, feeling my feet ground, feeling the second chakra still open. Pressing into my feet, taking the block out, relaxing the back into constructive rest. Bringing my hands together at the heart. So bringing your hands together at the heart to honor again. Namaste. I honor I've taken out this time to do this practice. I honor the words that are shared and spoken both in our group before we start and during the practice. And then after. Anyone who wants to come back and either share or just be part of this community. May we have peace. Peace, shalom, salam, pak, shanti, pache, mir, maluhia, frieden, hung sang. May we have peace, and may what we do here really spread that light of peace so that we can spread peace in the world. So may all beings, all countries, all of humanity, all of microparticles, all of the largest and the smallest have peace. Then when you're ready, take a deep breath in and let it out, and either stay there, and if you've had a time of it or you have to go, I understand. I'm going to roll over to my side and just rest for a moment in fetal posture, which always takes me back to the comfort of being in this position, and then walk up with my hands and feel that. Honor that it's a transition time to